Hi everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for November 16th. I am happy and excited to be live with you all tonight. I'm going to give it a minute here to get me live on my laptop here or my iPad, and for some of you to start being able to find me, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me just make sure we are in the right spot. There we are. Hello, everyone. So, welcome again to my Facebook Live for the 16th of November. As you guys are coming on, please pop on and tell me hello. And then, like I said, we'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. Hello to Shireen. Shireen is the first one in here. Hello, Shireen. Anyway, as you're coming in, hopefully if you had any deer hunters out and about, they have had success the last couple days. My son went out, but I don't think he's gotten anything yet, but my husband does not hunt right now. But if any of you are deer hunting widows, hopefully you found some crafting and things to do to keep inspired with. Anyway, if you are joining me, please comment again and tell me hello. And you might notice this is a trial and error for me tonight. I purchased a new stand that holds my camera for doing my Facebook Lives, and it's got a light in it. So I might look a little bit brighter, and I did it to kind of help with the lighting for my projects and things. So when I transition my camera down to my stamp area is where you might see a little bit of a different transition for a little while, because I'm still getting used to it and how I flip it and turn it and bring it down. But you're going to see hopefully that the lighting is a little bit better for all of you. And so I noticed it on the screen right here just with me, and looking at it on my iPad, that I look brighter. So anyway, welcome everyone as you're joining. Hello, Mary. Glad to have you here. And Courtney is sharing. I love it. Hi, Karen. So anyway, welcome again to my Facebook Live. So yes, do any of you notice that I'm a little bit brighter? As you guys are popping on, I'll mention it again that I purchased a new holder for my phone, my camera for my events here, and there's a ring light on it that kind of gives me a little bit better lighting. So you might notice that I'm shining a little bit brighter, and you're probably really going to notice it when I transition it down to my stamp area. But again, bear with me as I'm transitioning it down, because it's a new stand. Very first night using it, I was very reluctant to use it. Claire's boyfriend Jason helped me figure out how to even use it to begin with, and when he was here over the weekend, and I wasn't going to, true story, I wasn't going to use it. 7 minutes ago, he showed up to see Claire for a little bit before he has to go home later, and he come down and he saw that I wasn't using it. So here I am using my new stand, because he said, yeah, come on, you can use it. So he pushed me outside my comfort zone. So anyway, hopefully you guys like it. Hello to Kay. Oh, Mary, I'm always bright. I like that. So yeah, like I said, I see where I can zoom in a little bit better on my settings, but it'll be a work in progress, and I think you guys are going to like the change, especially when I go to my stamp area. You'll really notice it. So anyway, today was my tomorrow's my official last day at my old job. But today was my last day in the office at my old job. So I spent a lot of time cleaning out my office and going through filing cabinets. And it was so cute. My boss gave me this beautiful card, beautiful note, little gift that he got all on his own. He said he didn't even have to have his wife help him. But anyway, he couldn't look at me as I was leaving. I didn't cry, believe it or not. But I said goodbye to him, and he just went, bye, Kim, but see you later. You're going to be helping me I'm helping my department with a couple little projects yet, in favor of them letting me use my laptop in my new department. That's a CMU-owned laptop. But anyway, so it was kind of a bittersweet day for me today, as I kind of turned off the lights to that office, knowing, tomorrow's my last day, and I'm remote tomorrow. New beginnings. I did get to go see my new office space today and take over some of my things into my new space, and got to talk with my new boss a little bit more. Her name is Kristen. So lots of changes going on, but I am so excited about them all. And Claudia commented on my new photo. Yes, have some of you seen my new photo? So I'll tell you about my new pictures. My new job in the financial aid office sent me over to a department we have on campus called Media Graphics. And for $15, and the department paid for it, they take like 6 pictures of you for like your profile pictures and for them to use on the websites and stuff like that. And they wanted pictures of me. So I went and had pictures taken, and I thought, okay, cool, I get the digital copies, I'm going to use it. So anyway, I put a new picture up of me. I wasn't really prepared to have them taken that day, or I probably would have worn something different. But I will say sometimes when you least expect it, they're the best pictures, right? So I've gotten lots of compliments. So yes, that is the most current, up-to-date picture of me. Everyone was telling me I needed to get something new out there because I had lost quite a bit of weight from the time that old picture was taken. So thank you all so very much for the comments and the compliments. But yeah, those were literally taken in like 5 minutes at our media graphics department on campus. So that was kind of fun. He took 6 of them with glasses and 6 without. I'm not used to pictures of me without. Even though I don't wear them close up, I just have to wear my glasses for far away. I didn't care for the pictures of me without glasses. So anyway, as Kay commented here, you guys know, you share my video, you're in a drawing for a free gift. Yay, right? All right, so let's do our sharing real quick, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about my crazy, crazy busy week. But let's do the sharing piece, because I think both people are watching for this part, I think. All right, so you guys know the routine. If you share, you get the drawing. My prizes this week were the real red and gold ribbon, and then a bolt of the Starry Sky ribbon. And the winner of the red and gold ribbon is Patty Fike. I think I saw Patty comment, maybe not, but if not, she'll see the replay. So congratulations to Patty. And I had Natalie tonight help me draw these names. She came out here to eat dinner, and so I said, hey, get on there and help me figure this out. And then the winner of the Starry Sky ribbon, and this one I had to chuckle at, because this person actually said, crossing my fingers and hoping for the Starry Sky ribbon. So when your name was picked, Miss Courtney, I went, oh my goodness. So I even told Natalie that. I said, oh my gosh, Courtney is going to freak out because she wanted that ribbon. So Courtney, you are the winner of the ribbon. It just was a coincidence, and I think this is the one you had done a little cross your fingers on that you hoped you won, and you indeed did, my dear. So you can thank Natalie. She pulled the names on the wheel thing and got that all done for me as I was trying to get used to my new stand. I know, Courtney, right? I thought you'd find that kind of cute. Okay, up for grabs this week we have the Simply Elegant trim. And then I also went with some of the linen thread. Who can't use those 2 things, right? So those are what we'll draw a winner for next week.
There you go.
Am I back up? Okay, looks like I'm back up. I'm not sure what happened there, but Natalie got me back fixed. So hopefully you guys are back live with me. That was weird. What did it do, Natalie? What kind of a notification did it say?
I think it connected to my AirPod on accident.
Oh, it's Natalie's fault.
Sorry.
So my phone connected to her iPods. So yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, so I'm sorry, you guys. It's Natalie's fault that I went out on you all. Bad Natalie. Okay. Anyway, so this coming weekend, though, we also have a crazy busy weekend. I have my class over in the Thumb. So any of you that are over in the Thumb and you want to come to a class in Bad Axe with the restaurant called the Peppermill, reach out to me. Love to have you come. And then on Sunday, we are at a dance competition with Claire with her dance team for the school. So we will be crazy, crazy busy this weekend with lots of stuff going on in that category with my girls and stuff. So anyway, like I said, I'm sorry, you guys, that I went out on you for a little bit, but I think most of you are back with me. All right, so with that, my classes for this month are still open. They are Light the Sky, Forever Forest, Merry, and Bright. If you are a club member, I have amazing news. If you're part of my BB monthly club, you guys sitting down for this, I haven't charged the payments yet. Those kits went out today. I know it's only November 15th or 16th, and we prepped them all and got them out in the mail last night because this is another month of Christmas cards, and I wanted you all to have them in plenty of time to be able to get them put together to send out for Christmas. Now, your cards for next month are winter themed, so they're not Christmas themed. You'll be okay. But with Thanksgiving in there and everything else, I wanted you guys to get your cards. So the tutorial I'm going to be emailing out this weekend. but you already have your kit in the mail to you almost a full 2 weeks early. Now, if you still want in on the monthly kit for this month, it was the Joy of Christmas kit. I still have about 3 or 4 kits left and available. So I know that we don't even usually close registration to the 20th. So I still do have some of those card kits available. But if you were part of my reoccurring club members every single month, those went out already so that you have time to get those done. Go me, you guys. That is what we have been busy working on, was getting those club kits out. So the regular card kits, the Light the Sky, the Forever Forest, and Merry and Bright will be going out next week. Okay, didn't have time last night to get them all out. So those 3 will be going out next month. Now, I'll be changing things up a little bit here in the basement, starting with the month of December. So normally when you come to classes in my basement, or if you're part of what I call my order promotion club, you get 3 choices. I'm going to be narrowing that down to just 2 choices. And then I'm still going to be doing my BB club like I normally do. That is not changing. That has been wonderful, successful. So many of you have loved it. I'm not changing that. But then my 3rd class, instead of it being 3 for you to pick from, I'm going to be doing a class that is specific for like an event or for a purpose or for, so for instance, it might be a sympathy card class. It might be a get well card class or a baby card class or a graduation or some kind of, and I may even just do all birthdays sometime, but it's going to be a class focusing in around a specific, and the reason why I'm doing that is people come to me to buy my cards. They're asking for baby cards and I'm like, I'm out of baby cards. Or they ask for a wedding card and I don't have many wedding cards. So that's where the need is that I'm noticing from people who want cards. So I decided that is where I would focus and see, at least for the first 6 months of next year, and see if you guys like that option for an exclusive class that is around a specific thing like graduation. I might do wedding and baby together or something like that. So that is one of the changes you're going to see me implementing after the first of the year. So the amount of classes I do are going to be the same, but they're going to be offered in a little bit of a different way. So hopefully that works out well for everyone, because I'm always having people wanting, sympathy, wedding, baby, get well, graduation, and we don't do a lot of those. I don't do a lot that's just specific for that. So that is one of the changes you're going to be seeing with the start of the new year. And I'm going to limit my in-person classes to 2 for the month of December, just because I'm not going to have time to design a 3rd one. I'm getting ready for craft shows and things like that. And everyone likes to have a little bit of a break at Christmas time. So anyway, that's what I've decided to do. In December, though, I will be doing a special Facebook Live the first Monday of December. I think it's December 4th. And I'm going to be calling it my Cocoa Cards and Conversation customer appreciation event. Yes, I'm going to be drinking hot cocoa. I'm going to be encouraging all of you to get a cup of hot cocoa, and we're going to be focusing in on some awesome 3D projects and things like that you can do for gift giving. And so I decided to make it kind of a fun event and do a special customer appreciation event, and also be like a little catalog kickoff, because I'll be able to have products, some of the products that I can show for you that's coming out in our new mini catalog. So I do have that special event that I will be showcasing and getting advertised out there for all of you. Okay, so with that, I think that's all I have in the way of announcements. Oh, today is the last day of the seasonal sale. And there is a lot of things that I've kind of already sold out. So there's things like cardstock and some designer series paper. It's sold out, but it will come back. But this stuff it's 20% off for some of the papers, 10% off for some of the, it's a good sale. So it ends tonight. So one of the incentives is anybody who puts in a $35 order, you'll get 3 of my projects sent to you already completed tonight. So if it's something that you're interested in taking advantage of with the seasonal sale, don't delay, because you only have until the end of the day tonight. Okay. With that, this is the scary part, jokingly. I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area, and you guys are going to have to bear with me while I adjust my new light and my new O-ring, and my new stand, first time using it, and then we will get started here in just a couple of minutes, okay? Let me get this transition down and get started. Okay. So it's supposed to be easier, so we will see. Oh my goodness, you guys, I did it. I think. What do you guys think of this? I do need to adjust it just a little. Can you guys tell that the lighting is a lot better? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me undo my little speaker here. All right, what do you guys think? Can you guys tell the difference with the lighting? It's a lot brighter. So yeah, this is going to be kind of cool. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be showcasing for all of you tonight. Now I got to quickly get it all out of the way. And check out my amazing 3D project. Let me bring in my little iPad here closer so that I can have you guys, I can see your guys's, there we go. Okay, so yes, what do you guys think? My lighting. Okay, this is going to be your cute little 3D project. But before we get started, let me share with you the product suite that I'm going to be showcasing for you tonight, okay? So it is called the Forever Forest stamp set and coordinating dies. And I paired this together. Natalie, can you hand me that paper? I got put it too far away. Thank you, dear. And I paired this bundle with some of the beautiful paper. Now this paper is part of my club cards for next month. It's called the Winter Meadow Designer Series paper. So let me show you some of this pretty paper because I think you guys are going to see it up close and personal with my new fancy smancy light camera ring. Okay, isn't that color quality coming through? Oh, I love it. All right, I have to make sure I thank Jason for pushing me outside of my comfort zone tonight and telling me, Kim, use the light. So any of you that are joining me late, I have a brand new holder for my phone that I purchased that's supposed to be a better quality one, and I was just kind of afraid to use it because I became a creature of habit. And I apologize, you guys, normally I have one of all of these out. But it is working out wonderfully, and I can definitely tell the color difference with all of this. Okay, so this is the Winter Meadow paper, and yes, this is the winter paper that I will be using on my BB Monthly Club kit for the month of December. And we're going to try our best to get that one out early as well. So if you are part of that club, like I said, the one for November went out, and then the one for December is going to be going out early as well. But isn't this paper gorgeous? And there is a stamp set and dies that go with it, and that I am featuring with my BB Club for next month. Then on the opposite side, it looks like this right here. But I loved this paper and thought it would be really pretty paired together with the Forever Forest bundle. So the Forever Forest bundle, you have lots of trees, so all these awesome trees. And then you have dies that coordinate with it. So you can tell which ones I've used. They're all out here because I didn't put them back in after I was cutting. Okay, so the neat thing is that you have dies that will cut this out right here. These dies are just dies that kind of stand alone that you can just cut out trees with, okay? You're gonna see me using those. And then you have ones that cut out all of the trees here as well. And then you have a great big one that cuts out a solid tree. And then you have all of these little pieces and parts here. So you can see here this great big one cuts out the 3 of them, so on and so forth. So lots of dies with this. This one's kind of neat. You can cut out like a mountains, or you can have that be snow, or you can have it be like dirt, whatever you kind of want it to be. And you're going to see how I used that in my cards for tonight as well. Okay, so let me get those all out of the way and get those put back in their sleeve so I don't lose them. All right, so since the stamp set has no sentiments, I had to find a stamp set to use that had some sentiments. I chose to use this one right here, I think, on some of them. And some of, yeah, I think I used this on most of them, but it's the Regal Reindeer. This one was out last year, and I pulled it off the shelf to use for some of the sentiments for my cards for tonight. Okay, so this bundle in itself does not have any sentiments that goes with it. All right, then the ribbon that I chose to use with it was this awesome sheer ribbon. Now I'm here to tell you, I don't have a lot of this here. I have some coming, but this ribbon has been in and out of stock for a very long time. And I never let that affect me. We just improvise. So I'm going to be using tonight the white iridescent ribbon as its backup and as an alternate ribbon for my projects for tonight. And then we also have the Faceted Gems Trio Pack. These are the embellishments that that I'm going to be using on my cards tonight. Now, if you're part of my BB club, these are not the cards for the month of December. They're different ones, but you will be getting these awesome gems with my December BB Club subscription. So if you're not part of my, it's kind of like the Kim Vogel version of Paper Pumpkin, okay? So if you're interested in learning more about that, let me know. Happy to. I have a big goal to have a certain number of people in my club after the first of the year. So I would love to have you guys give me a chance and see what you think of it, okay? All right, so the first project that we are going to do together is this awesome little 3D project, and I love this project. So you guys are going to have to bear with me because I feel like I have to learn to adjust where the center of my screen is. I'm still learning my new holder. But this project is really quite fun, cute, simple, and easy. So in our annual catalog, we sell what's called in color bags. This is what they look like, and it's a little bag that you can put like a candy bar in, decorate the bag. Well, I got creative and decided to make some little holders with a Kit Kat bar. So what you're going to do, let me look at my measurements on this. So what you're going to do is at about the 4.5-inch line, I just scored my bag. So 4.5 from here, I scored it, okay? This is then going to get folded up just like this. All right. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a little holder or a little card to put in the inside. So what I did is I cut a piece of 4x4 basic white cardstock, a little strip of the paper from a little bit of the paper that is part of the metal paper. Oh, you want me to go up a little bit more, Courtney? You think I'm down too far? Let me see. Let's do this. Let's give that a try. Maybe? Okay. Anyway, we'll give that a shot. Like I said, I'm still learning, so bear with me because I need to figure out how to do it. Okay. Anyway, so this is a 4x4 piece of basic white cardstock, and I added a strip of the designer series paper to it. And here's where you can stamp your sentiment. And then that's where you can also add any kind of a stamped sentiment greeting that you want on it. And that kind of serves as your card. Okay. So that's just going to fit in the back of this right here. So when you give somebody this gift, you could also put lottery tickets behind here. You could also put, gosh, all kinds of different things inside of here. And all I did literally on this project is I added a Kit Kat bar. Okay. So Kit Kat bar fits in there like that. And then I cut a belly band that is 11 by 1. And I'm not going to actually put this all together because it's kind of easier to do when you have it by closer to yourself. But I literally just kind of folded this around. Didn't even like score it, literally did not even score it. But you're going to want to make sure that you have the fold or where the belly band meets at a spot where you can cover it up. Okay, so I'm going to just adhere this on there like that. And then this is just cut out from the designer series paper. I used the 1 1/4 punch, or no, sorry, the 1 3/4 and the 2-inch, I think. And those are going to go right on top of there. And then I stamped a sentiment that just says peace on earth, that one in here. Okay. Cut that at a little bit of a banner, and voila, you have a beautiful quick and easy 3D project. And I like that you then have the opening right here for you to be able to have that be where you can write your little thank you. Is that not cute and clever? I know, right? Cute idea. It is one of the items that I'm going to be selling at my craft show. So I'm excited about that. I'm looking for quick and simple and easy, and this was quick and simple and easy. So thank you guys. I think so too. A cute little idea and a great use of those little bands. Okay, or the little bags. All right, so that's my 3D project to share with you tonight. So the first card that we're going to work on together is this one right here. And this is, I paired this is the really gorgeous paper. And since it had some of the mauve in it, thanks, I'm glad you guys like that project. Quick and easy. That's what it has to be for me. I don't have time for complicated. All right, so this is some of the beautiful paper, and it's got the mauve in it. So for this one, I chose to use the Moody Mauve for my card base. And you're gonna see how I use like the little sand or the little dirt. I made it look like it's a dirt in front of the trees. So this is my card base, okay? Then I have a layer of the 5 1/4 by 4 of the Lost Lagoon, and that is embossed with, and I don't know the name of the embossing folder. I really need to start making sure I know these before I start my lives, you guys. I apologize. But it is one of the ones that's currently in our, I think, in our holiday catalog. And then I have a piece of, this is 2" by 5, and then the garden green is 2 1/4 by 5, and that's just going to get adhered right directly across this. So let me do some adhesive here and glue this together. Open that one. I remember didn't work from my, I had one that wasn't working last night when I did my, oh, that one is the wrong one. I had one that wasn't working when I did my bingo last night. And so I think I grabbed the one that isn't liking me very well. Well, we're going to just change this right up, I think, because yeah, that one's gumming all up. All right, so bear with me, guys, while I change this up. I have a gummy piece of ickiness in my holder, so bear with me. I am replacing my adhesive. This time I was prepared. I had one out and I had one ready. So, and again, when you guys do that and you have to replace your adhesives, make sure that you remove any of the, look at how much of that ickiness that I had. It's probably why it wasn't wanting to come out. So you're gonna wanna make sure you clean out your holder, and that will help it glide a little bit better. All right, now let me advance this and we should be golden. There we go. Maybe, yeah, there we go. All right, so we're just gonna adhere this designer series paper to the green piece here. And then we're going to, thank you, Linda. We are going to adhere this down to our mat, or this lagoon mat here, okay? And we're gonna just adhere it down right in the middle. And I am gonna use this little piece of ribbon that I have left before we have to transition over to our other ribbon. Because yes, I am out of this ribbon. I have used a ton of this ribbon. Grab my scissors. And I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the end of this. And we're going to wrap this ribbon right around. This ribbon is gorgeous, but it is a ribbon that's a little bit harder to adhere. You can see it's been trying to pop open on me. And so you want to make sure you give it a good lot of adhesive on there so that it will stick. Okay. And then we're ready to adhere this down to our card base. Okay, so this is just gonna go on there like that. So can you see how I pulled the colors from the paper? I pulled the garden green, and I pulled the mossy, or the Lost Lagoon, and then I pulled the card base, the Moody Mauve. So that is kind of how I come up with my colors. I look and see what is in the paper and kind of pull from that to kind of coordinate and make it all go together. I am gonna put this underneath here. I'm just gonna tie this around like this, and that's gonna go on this side, maybe. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna pull that tight, and then we're gonna just trim off these little ends here like that. Okay, then I took a piece of 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 piece of basic white. In advance, I did some stamping. So what did I stamp, you ask? I stamped using crumb cake. The trees right here, but you can see I didn't stamp all of them. I just stamped some of them and let the rest go off the paper. And then the cute little moon and star and stars I put up there on the top using the Moody, sorry, not the Moody Mauve, the Lost Lagoon. Okay. And then here's that die that I showed you. And so all I did is I took a piece of scrap. You can tell this isn't even the best. Took a piece of scrap, and all you're gonna do is adhere it down here on the bottom. And then we're just gonna cut off the rest that we don't want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just add a little bit of adhesive right across the bottom of this, okay? And let me bring my sample in so you guys can see it again, what I'm doing. And all I'm gonna do, when I cut this, I did ink around the edges of it with a crumb cake. I used a sponge dauber and the crumb cake ink, okay? And then all we're gonna do is adhere this down to the bottom of this piece of paper. And then all we're gonna do is cut this off. Now you could have left this a little bit smaller and not had to have so much to cut off, but this was just as easy for me. And so all I'm going to do is cut along the edge of this and make sure I trim it up really good. And voila, there you have it. Pretty cool, right? Now we're going to adhere that to a piece of the Moody Mauve, which is what was staring at me in the face and why I kept calling this Moody Mauve. And that's going to get put on here. And then this whole piece is going to go on with dimensionals onto my card. So we're going to bring in some dimensionals here. And I'm going to put a dimensional in the 4 corners. Like that. All right, so far, I think my video is going okay. I haven't been watching it too much, but you guys have to let me know. Like I said, it's a brand new stand that I have using for the first time today. And as I was told, if you don't use it, you're never going to know if you have to fix anything. So I'm making myself use it, but I'm a creature of habit who doesn't like change. But I think the color quality is phenomenal. So now we're just going to use on a 3/4 inch strip of basic white. I stamped Merry Christmas. And yes, that came from the Regal Reindeer stamp set. And all I'm going to do is cut a little angle into this. You cut up the middle. And then I just kind of eyeball from side to side. Like that. So if you heard the cough in the background, it is my Natalie who is back here diligently crocheting. She's making some scrubbies. She makes the most amazing dish scrubbies with the most amazing yarn that she found that is actually designed and meant for scrubbies. So it's kind of cool. Oh, she doesn't have one done yet, or I'd show you it. But she's just hanging out with me in the basement tonight. So I told her that I was getting us, my husband's been out of town all week, and I told her that I was going to get us panda for dinner. I asked her what Claire liked because I couldn't remember. And then she went, I want panda. And I went, well, then come to the house and you can have some panda. So she came to the house, and so now she's hanging out here with me. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just embellish it with some of those awesome embellishments. If I can find where I put my embellishments. Here they are. So those are, again, the Faceted Gems Trio Pack, and they come in 3 different colors. Let me get these open so you can see them. So those are the 3 colors that they come in. Very pretty, right? And I think I use one of these blue ones. So I'm just going to peel one of those off and stick it on my card. And you could add more of them if you really wanted to. You could add more anywhere that you really wanted to on that. But that is my first card. What do you guys think? Pretty cool, right? And again, any scrap will work for that. You don't necessarily have to have it be a great big fancy piece or anything like that. Okay, so there's my first card. My next card that I'm going to showcase for you is a really, really, really simple card. And this one is using some of that Designer Series paper. So let me bring in this piece of paper so you guys can see it, because this paper is pretty phenomenal. So this paper, I've literally just cut it in half. And you can see down here you have the different deer silhouettes, right? Can you see the deer silhouettes? So you can use this paper to do like 3 different cards just like this. And what I did is I added some of the trees to it using the Shaded Spruce. This is Shaded Spruce. Sorry, I've been telling you guys Garden Green, it's Shaded Spruce. Oh, the other one was Garden Green. This one I used Shaded Spruce. So this one I wanted to, again, bring in that pretty Moody Mauve. So I used Moody Mauve for the card base on this one. And then I have a layer of my Shaded Spruce that is 5 1/4 by 4. And then a piece of that Designer Series paper that is cut 5 by 3 3/4. So you can see here that this deer is a little bit of a different silhouette than this one. That's just how the paper is. But how cool is that, right? Thank you, guys. I'm glad you all like my cards. All right, so you can see here how this ribbon is buckling, and I left it there for you guys on purpose. This is one of the problems I'm having with the ribbon. I've noticed that you've really got to glue it down really, really good. I've been using glue dots and I've been using seal because it kind of like gives and loses its tension and its tightness over time, I've noticed. Now, I've also used those beautiful deckled circles that I love so much, and I used the Merry Christmas stamp that is, again, in the Regal Reindeer. So here's the Regal reindeer. And I used those 2 layered decal labels, and I'm just going to adhere them together using some seal, and then those are going to go on my card with some dimensionals. One thing about this new stand that I'm really liking is the base of it is really, really big. And so I'm able to just put my dimensionals and my scissors on there, so I'm not having to always go hunt for them. That's been kind of nice so far. All right. Oh, here Natalie just handed me this. This is one of her little scrubbies. So isn't this kind of cool? Look at that. It's like it's actually like a scrubby yarn, but this is what she's been making. And so she had an order for some scrubbies that were purple, and so she's making them. She thought she had them made already, but she doesn't. But isn't that cool? They last forever. I love my daughter's scrubbies. They are the bomb. Okay, so now we are going to use, I do have enough ribbon on this to make one more of these. So I am going to put it right in the middle. So most of you probably know that my daughter crochets like a crazy little old lady. She made me a beautiful pumpkin and a beautiful fall themed bumblebee, and brought them to me to put on my desk here at home, and yeah, all kinds of awesome stuff. So I was really excited about that. All right, so I tried to make sure I glued that down really, 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 really good, and we're just gonna adhere this down to my card. And I do have enough here to tie on like I did on that one. So we're just going to kind of bring this underneath here. We're going to tie this on. And then in advance, I stamped those awesome green trees. So those green trees are stamped using the shaded spruce. Man, my fingers don't want to work. See how it kind of already came up? So that's what I mean by having to make sure you guys really adhere that down good. I was struggling with that ribbon and it was driving me crazy. So it likes to not stick the greatest. So I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to put a lot of adhesive on it and make it stick. So if you guys have used this ribbon and found a better way to make it stick and stay stuck, I've also used glue dots and seal and still have had some problems with it. So, and then liquid glue just gets too messy because it comes right through. So I don't really like to use that. All right. Now we're going to try my fat fingers to get this to adhere and tie on here like that. There we go. So hopefully it'll stay. All right. And then, I have in advance stamped some of those little green trees. Now, here's the thing. You're going to want to place these strategically so that you can still see that awesome deer. So you can see here I had more space on this side. So what I might want to do on this one then is do the opposite. I might want to add one of the green trees. I have one of them that is glued directly on. And then I have one that's put on with dimensionals to give it a little bit of depth right there. Oh, Philomena said she uses Scotch tape. I will have to maybe give that a try. This is one of the few ribbons that I've ever had this problem with, which makes it kind of, yeah. And Carol does too. All right, you guys, I love the recommendation. All right, and then we're going to put this one on here down a little bit farther like that. And then I don't know if I want to cover up the deer over here. So maybe I'm just going to do the 2 on this card and not even do the 3rd one on it. So that's where you can, that 3, vote 3. I love that. 3 for Scotch tape. Okay. Anyway, so there you have it, you guys, this little card. And then again, I added on one of my little embellishments. And this again is the beautiful frosted faceted gems trio. And there you have a cute little card. I love that one too. Okay, so my next card that we are going to do is this one right here. Now here's where I'm going to have to make the shift and use a different ribbon because I'm all out. This is all I've got. I'm all out of that beautiful ribbon. So we're going to use a different one, but you're going to see how easy it is. All of Stampin' Up's ribbons are gorgeous. So we're going to improvise and use the iridescent ribbon that goes part of the Marion Bright Suite. So for this card, I chose to use the Starry Sky. Now this might be Oasis. This is the Oasis one, now that I'm looking at it. And then I paired it with some of the Designer Series paper. So I added a layer of white to kind of make that pop in the middle there. And then here's where I added some pieces of Designer Series paper. So again, capitalizing on my green and the Starry Sky or the Oasis that's in there. This is the same piece. I just turned it over. And what I did, I wanted that ribbon to show up, so I added a little strip of the garden green right across the middle. So let's do some adhering here, and I'll show you how easy this card comes together. So we're just going to adhere a piece of the paper to the top up here. I love this layout. Those of you that have been watching me and following me, this is not a new concept for me. It is one of my go-to, but I love it, and it's a really great way to showcase the designer series paper too. Okay, so we're just going to adhere this right across the middle, and now we're going to add in, so this ribbon might cover up a good portion of the green, not all of it, but we're going to use this ribbon right here. And yes, Courtney, your paper would be your ribbon would be very pretty on this. All right, so I'm going to, like I said, transition to the other ribbon, but it's still going to be gorgeous. I thought I had 1 or 2 more bolts of it, but I don't. But I have more coming. I was able to order it. It just didn't come in time for my video tonight. But again, this is going to be just as pretty. All right, so now we're going to adhere this down. So one of the things that I haven't been mentioning to some of you, that if you're local to the Mount Pleasant area, Claire's Nutcracker performance is coming up soon. It's December 8th, 9th, and 10th. And Claire this year scored herself a point, or a, how do I word it? Like a little private dance as part of the Nutcracker. It's called the Marzipan Dance, and she will be dancing on point with these little lambs that kind of follow her around. So if you are local and interested, tickets I think are like $18. It's at our high school in Mount Pleasant, 4 different performances, but we are getting so excited to watch her perform in that here in a couple weeks. So hard to believe that next week is already Thanksgiving though. Okay, so for this one, I chose the exact same concept from the previous card that I did, where I did the stamping of the trees and then a little bit of the night at the sky. And this is going to go on with some dimensionals, okay? So we're just going to put dimensionals in the 4 corners of this as well. And then I added the little piece on earth. I will try, you guys, to see if I can sneak just a little video if you guys can see her on point. So true story about point shoes, and I'm not sure if I've shared this with all of you before, but I'm going to share it again, so bear with me because I'm going broke buying point shoes. So the average life of a pair of point shoes from the time you put it on your feet is 24 hours. So Claire is in point classes between the Nutcracker performance, her point class that she has for ballet, and her variations class. She is on point about anywhere between 3 to 5 hours a week. So you do the math. We are buying a new pair of point shoes, or I should say she's going through point shoes, 1 pair a month at $118 a crack. So I am excited for Nutcracker to be done, because then, I shouldn't say I'm excited for it to be done. I'm eager for it to see it. But we'll be able to have point shoes that last a little bit longer than a month after that, because she won't be practicing with them quite as much. But I swear all she does, so when the point shoes come in, the dancers have to sew their own ribbons on them and their own elastics and everything like that. So she has been doing that a ton of adhering things on, all on her, or putting all that sewing things on. She's constantly getting a pair ready. So we were buying like 2 pair at a time so that she had 1 working on, 1 wearing, 1 working on, 1 wearing. So anyway, there's a little bit of history about point shoes. All right, thanks you guys. I'm glad that you all like this. Oh, well, 2-sided tape work as well. I'm not sure, Cindy. I never tried it. But if any of the rest of you ladies watching know the answer to that, please feel free to respond to Cindy's question on there. All right, so this one I really like. Isn't that pretty? The starry sky color. It just is beautiful. Yes, it is, Carol. And that is why I will tell you guys that this is why I took my little Stampin' Up! Gig that I love to do it a little bit as a business, is to support my girls dancing. No joke, because I knew that my husband and I didn't have it in our budget, and I didn't want to tell my girls no. So, and you know what? They embrace it and they work hard at it. So I don't mind it. But yes, that is why I do what I do, to be able to help my girls and support something that they're passionate about. Okay. My next card I'm going to be showcasing is this one right here. Now, this one is where I mentioned those dies that you can cut out that are kind of standalone dies. And that is what I did on here. I just cut them out with a white to make them like a white silhouette. Okay. And so for this card, I used the Lost Lagoon for my card base. And we're just going to fold this in half. And then I paired it with this designer series paper right here. Again, look at the paper and say what colors are in there. And if you don't know for sure, you can always look at the back of the piece of the paper, or the pack of paper. And I knew I wanted to put a layer in there. I am big on layering, and so I chose to use the pebbled path to put in there as a nice little color to kind of bring out that little gray hue that you see in that designer series paper. So we're going to go ahead and adhere these two together. Thank you, guys. Yes, I love how great this card turned out, and that little pop of that pebbled path is just perfect in there. Okay, then what I did is I cut out pieces of the Lost Lagoon, and I also put this on top of the pebbled path. And I don't even know what size this is, but here's the thing. If you purchase the class, this is an open class, you get the PDF tutorial emailed to you. And I do also sell my PDF tutorials, just the tutorial themselves. So that's always an option as well. So these two, I kind of cut the size to kind of mimic and go with the three little trees that are on top of that, okay? And so we're just going to adhere these two together, and then this is going to get adhered onto here, and then we're going to add our trees, and you can see I added that ribbon on top of the trees. So this is going to get adhered onto here like that. And then I'm going to use some of my liquid Tombow glue, and here are the three little trees that I used. So I shouldn't say little trees because they're all different sizes, I think. Yeah, they are. And the biggest tree is going to go in the middle. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive on here. I may have gotten a little too much adhesive on there. And then this is going to go down in the middle here like this. Quick and simple. And then I have one of the trees that's going to go, I'm just adding a little bit of adhesive right down the middle of this, okay? And this is going to go over on the other side. Whoops, and then I got all glue on me, so it's sticking to me. There we go. Followed by the last one right here. And again, a little bit of adhesive on this one. And I kind of put that one like it's a little bit closer to that end. All right, so there we have it. All right, then we're gonna add the ribbon. And again, we improvised with the ribbon. So we're going to use this beautiful white one, and I'm just going to wrap this ribbon right across the middle here, like this. Hope and make sure that tree gets stuck down. There we go. All right, and then we're going to add a little bit of adhesive to this, right on the ends here, to wrap our ribbon around it. Oops, I need to bring that down a little bit further. And yes, my hands got a little sticky and gluey. They normally don't, but they did. And I'm just going to wrap this around here. And now we're going to be good to go ahead and adhere this down to the card. Like this. And then we're going to kind of tie that little knot in the middle, and that's going to kind of bunch it together so you can see the trees underneath of that. So I'm just going to put it right underneath here like this. We're going to tie this off like that. So see, this ribbon is still just really, really beautiful. I like that, Cindy. I have, and I just can't find it, I have a real little bottle that I got that has the, well, I know where it's at, and I don't have it down here, but it's a real little bottle that you dump the Tombow glue into, and it helps with a lot of that too, with it coming out so fast. Okay, Then we have I cut a little piece here that says Merry Christmas. And then we're going to have a little piece here that is Merry Christmas. So this one is a 1-inch piece, and this other piece is a 3/4 inch piece. And I'm just going to adhere these two together, and then that's going to go on with dimensionals. Oh, this is your favorite one so far, Courtney? I like that. I like this one too. And then once that's on with dimensionals, we're going to put a couple of embellishments on it. And voila, we have a card. Thanks, you guys. Yes, isn't this a cute one, fun one, and simple? And I put this all the way to the end, filling in. Oh, I brought it down quite far so that you have a little bit of space up here where you can still see the square. And there you have it. Oh, and an embellishment. I almost forgot the embellishment. Okay, so for this one, I like to use all the colors of my embellishments equally so that I don't have a lot of one color left. So that is what I did for that one. But look, isn't the ribbon? You could really use either one of those ribbons. It's gorgeous. Very, very pretty. All right. And my last card for tonight is this one right here. And I really like this one too. So this one right here. And what I did on this one, I used the basic white for my card base on this. Okay. So we're just going to use the basic white. And then I have a layer of the 5 1/4 by 4 Lagoon. And then this is actually a piece of the Designer Series paper. And I like this. It's got a little bit of the gray hues to it. And in advance, I stamped some of the trees using the garden green. Now, this is the great big stamp in the stamp set. So you can see here you have this great big one right here. So it's this great big one. And then I just stamped the single one on there as well. Okay, so lots of stamping. These are just going to get layered together and cut together. Not layered, cut together. They're going to get layered together, glued together. I'm going to blame it on Natalie. Her cough distracted me. Okay, and then she went, sorry. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and adhere this card down to my basic white. And that's just going to kind of make it pop. Can you see how that's just making that pop, picking the basic white for the card base? All right, next, what I did is I added some of that ribbon, doing that amazing little back and forth method, I call it. And yes, we're going to have to use the white ribbon because, like I said, I'm all out of the other ribbon. And we're just going to put it up here like that, bring it down. Gotta unravel some of it. Bring it back up with my sticky fingers and all. Glad this is my last card because I would have to go wash my hands. All right. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Just kind of put it back and forth. And yes, it's going to cover up some of the trees, but you just want that on trees in the background just for a little bit of design, okay? Then using, you guessed it, our beautiful deckled circles. I used a piece of Designer Series paper, and that's going to go down right in the middle. I may have to trim that down a little bit. But before I do that, we are going to add our trees to this. Let me get this out of the way so you can see what I did. So what I did is I added the trees to this down on the bottom. And I did the exact same thing. I cut around them, all right? So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive down here to the bottom of this for right now. And I'm going to add my trees onto this like this. Bear with me. Okay. Now I did do mine with dimensionals, but for right now tonight, I'm not going to do this part with dimensionals because I already had it stuck down. All right, and then all we're going to do is trim around this the best we can because it is a little bit of a jagged edge. So it's going to have to kind of be jagged a little bit too, but it'll work out just fine. Okay, so we're cutting our trees off. Okay, then what you're going to do is you are going to, again, using a piece of scrap. This is just a scrap. So yeah, it's wider than it needs to be. But all you're going to do is add a real little bit of adhesive down to the bottom of this again. Sorry you guys couldn't see that. I added adhesive right down there. And all I'm going to do is put this on here like this, just a little bit of that. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. You can add as much or as little as you want. And then I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Let me get rid of most of that. And I'm just going to trim around this and cut this off. And voila, you got like trees with the dirt in the background, and isn't that just gorgeous? All right, and then I put this whole thing on with some dimensionals. So let me grab my dimensionals here. And the neat thing is these cards wouldn't have to be Christmas cards. You could use different stamp set and have them just be more winter themed cards. They wouldn't have to just all be Christmas. But I chose to make them Christmas because I send out a ton of Christmas cards. And then I stamped the Peace on Earth on a 3/4 inch strip of cardstock using the, so most of the ink I used on this is the Lost Lagoon, okay? And then we're going to, again, what I did on this is I did not put a dimensional on this side, only on, yeah, maybe I did. So what I do is the half and half technique where I put a little bit of adhesive on there and then one dimensional because this is already dimensioned up and I don't want it to look uneven. So then this just gets glued down to the part already dimensioned and then the dimensional goes on that part. Okay, so then it looks more smooth. I am going to trim off this ribbon just a little bit more because I want it to be a little bit shorter there. And top it off with an embellishment or two. Again, you can use as many of these as you would like because they're quite fun. And they match and coordinate. And then voila, you have your card. Quick and simple and easy. Okay, let me bring in all of my projects for tonight. Now, there isn't, like I said, the Stampin' Up! Sale is going on yet today for the seasonal sale where you can get up to 20% off on some of their select products. And if you put in a minimum $35 order, you will receive 3 of these cards sent to you from me, already completed cards. And then, let me get in my cute little 3D project. And this is the cute little 3D project that I shared with you using our in color treat bags and how you have the cute little pull out card right here. I'll be posting the dimensions on the video shortly tonight with the measurements. But this is literally a 4x4 piece of cardstock. Put a little 1-inch strip of paper at the top, stamp your greeting on it, and then I literally, you just fold the bag up and put your Kit Kat in there. There's no adhesive on it. It's just wrapped around with a belly band. Add your sentiment, whatever it is you want here, and you have a quick little treat holder. This would be great for coworkers or any, buddy like that you want to make a lot of for quick and fast. And it's one of my craft show projects that I'm going to be doing for my craft show. All right, so there you have it, ladies. This is this week's Facebook Live, and I apologize I didn't even get it promoted till today that I was what I was going to be showcasing for you. Now, next week, I will be live with you all on Wednesday evening. I know some of you may be busy that night preparing for your Thanksgivings and things. Let me back up. I'm going to try to be live with you. I don't know what my plans are for Thanksgiving yet and when I'm heading to my mom's. If I'm not able to be live with you, I will have a pre-recorded video that will release for you guys to be able to still get inspired with some projects and things for next week. All right. Thank you all so very much. I hope that you have enjoyed my Facebook Live with you tonight. And thanks for bearing with me while I got used to my new stand. And I will be back with you all again next week. Bye, everyone.